Welcome to the Blue Collar Crypto Show. My name is Joe, better known as Dr. Byteball, and we're going to cover a lot of stuff in this show. Hopefully, get a good live chat going, interactive questions, and really just kind of seeing where it takes us. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to switch over from our friend Fish, Beach Bum, and tune in. That'll give me an opportunity to open up the live chat. 2 viewers, shout out. What's up? Where's my live chat? All right, howdy. Howdy. You know, I reckon I could do most of the broadcast in a very southern accent. Here to talk about cryptocurrency. And you know, the best thing about this market today is Bitcoin is at $8,900 on the Coinbase exchange. Now, guys, if you were smart money and you got in below 7,000, this might be a good time to take some profit. Let me come over to the screen share and talk about what we're looking at. All right, then. All right, then. See what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. It looks like it was trying to get a little channel going here. And all of a sudden, it's testing. And I don't know, man. It's pretty steep. You might want to scalp. That's all I'm saying. All right. Anyway. Let's see. Need a bottle of whiskey. You know, I always kind of wanted to get the image of the comedian Ron White. He always had the cigar and the bottle of whiskey from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. And I took some profits and have fiat on the sidelines waiting to go back at 6,000 or less. You know, that was my strategy about 2 days ago. But given that Bitcoin has recovered as well as it has, I'm not sure. Like Fish was saying in his broadcast, you know, I'm thinking eventually we'll see it come back down to like 7,500 or something, because that's how it works. I mean, ultimately, we're going to find the trading range. You know, Ben, I'm going to take you back over to screen share just to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, so we're on the, let's just go to the daily chart real quick here. And yeah, I mean, we're not going to spend too much time on this, but it's going to have to find its range, you know, level out. It's going to take a little while. Bitcoin. So this was the big crypto pump. It was a pump. And it's a short-term pump, and I mean, I think in the long term, yeah, the technology is bullish, but sure, short-term is a pump. It's got to find its bottom, and it's got to find its range. There's going to be volatility, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity here. I mean, if you just want to play it simple and just have like low, just keep buying in below 8,000. Anytime you see below 8,000, you just buy a little bit. It might be a good way to do it, right? Back over live chat. Biotech moves from Toronto to San Francisco. Smart move. Now, I've been to San Francisco, and it's very beautiful. It's an interesting looking city. But if you're trying to walk around down there, the angle of the streets and the hills, your legs are going to be tired. And I wish it were a little warmer. Yeah, for Bitcoin, like the 15 to 20% range, like if I had to call it, I would say that Bitcoin is going to establish between like 7,500 to 10,000. Because that just makes sense, because 7,500 was the high we had before all the news about the CME futures, and 10,000 was the sort of like psychological barrier. And that just seems natural just for a little while, and then eventually like coming back up to around 10,000, then moving up. We hope. Of course, we never know. But yeah, it's just this crazy market to be involved in. I got my eye on the price of Bitcoin, and of course the price of Byteball. Given that this video is titled "Interview with Dr. Byteball," I want to encourage any Byteball related questions. And I'm also gonna at some point sound off on this latest Jordan Belfort video. And you know what? Actually, I'm just going to go do that right now. Get back over to screen share. All right, now this is our good friend Jordan Belfort. This guy is a PBS. A PBS is a professional bullshitter. And let's listen.
Hey, Jordan Belfort here. Okay, so listen, I told you I'd give you Bitcoin maniacs.
Now, first of all, I don't trust anybody whose eyes bug out of their head that much. That is not natural. Something is wrong with this man. It's cognitive. It's a mental health condition. It's psychopathy, perhaps. But the bug eyes, that's too much. I already know. I don't trust him.
You know, a video, in-depth explanation of why I am telling everyone to sell. Now, again, I'm going to repeat. Number one, I don't own any Bitcoin. I've never owned any Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency.
So let's this looking up to the right after you lie is a very common error of human body language, because when we lie, it requires an amount of creativity, and when we're making eye contact, it's a little harder to focus. So to keep the lying creativity going, we got to divert our look at something else so we can keep the thoughts going straight, so we can keep the bullshit stream going. And look, once he gathers his thoughts, the way he brings you back in with eye contact, because this man is a trained bullshitter.
I almost,
there he is.
Many years ago, before you guys probably ever heard of this shit.
And then immediately an argument from authority to degrade the skepticism. He is good. So you got to watch him and respect him. He is
I actually offer a
sleazeball, man.
Very close to buying Bitcoin, so I know all about this stuff. I get this.
Oh, you know all about this stuff.
You don't know shit about. I know all about the cryptocurrency. I've done massive research back before you even knew about it, and even recently
all right, guys, I'm not going to spend 15 minutes on Jordan Belfort's video. You know, you guys can go watch this on your own time. I just wanted to kind of just dissect the bullshit, because I tell you, this is blue collar crypto. This is Midwest horse sense. We recognize bullshitters. This is what we do. And this guy, oh man, we'll smell him from a mile away. He looks exactly like the type of dude, you go onto that used car lot and he walks out and he's like, looks like you need a car. So, oh, God help me. Same exact personality. There's a fish oil salesman for everybody. So anyway, here back to the comments. They just blew up. All right, let's get into it. Mark G, I've been trading all day EOS off the Bitcoin price. The other part of that EOS has been swinging between, what is that, 99, whatever, 99 and 110 cents, which swings even more, scalps some good profits. I mean, that's how you got to do it. You know, when the market's got a lot of that volatility, you know, you don't do it with the whole bag, but you definitely scalp and you definitely buy in. I mean, sometimes you miss, but you know, that's how it is. You know, you just got to keep going and keep rolling with it. So, Giving Tree Cultivator says, starting to think that too many people are anticipating another dip to 6,000 or lower, and whales will pump to leave street smart money in the dust this time around. You know, that's entirely possible. But then again, the smart money, the whales, may realize that this sort of second, you know, correction is inevitable, and they're just gonna, I don't know, somehow like prop it up and gradually dump their shares off of the second wave of dumb money that goes, hey, Bitcoin's back. Because like, imagine, right? Bitcoin's been to 20 grand, goes down to 6 grand, it gets back above 10. That's when Bitcoin's going to make the news again. Bitcoin back above $10,000, and that's when the flood of dumb money comes in. So, you know, they might be propping it up to make that happen again. But then again, you know, there might not even be enough energy. It's a really hard to call, honestly. I don't know. I mean, I do think greed is eternal. And if these whales have means to manipulate the market and they're in it for the long haul, they'll probably want the price to be lower for a while so they can get more shares. But then again, you never know, because greed is eternal and you want faster money. It's like the faster the better. So God only knows, man. I'm not psychic. Yeah, I mean, I got some money on Bittrex, and I'm also waiting for a little dip. Mike G, the thing is, with the Belfort video or any other tool that slams crypto, the same argument can be made for Bitcoin was too. $2, 200, 1,000. When it drops from 50,000 to 25, we'll probably repost. Yeah, I mean, I've been following what's his name, Peter Schiff on Facebook for a year and a half, and like literally every time Bitcoin corrected, he was, bearish, saying it was going to die, and it's like, all right, man, we get it. You don't believe in it, but I think most of Belfort's criticism in another video I watched had to do with ICOs. And he was very right in recognizing the number of scam ICOs there were going to be. I mean, Jordan Belfort is right about one thing. He ain't dumb. And he looked at crypto and he realized that there was a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of ignorance, and ICOs exploited stupidity. It's not hard. I mean, it's not different than what he did. I mean, how many of you guys saw The Wolf of Wall Street? Awesome movie. Loved every second of it. It was absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, hi, I'm here with ICO coin 3.5. Oh yeah, we're looking for a small term investment. Like, same freaking principle, right? So the speech would be better received if he did it snorting off a hooker's ass. Yep. I mean, it's a movie. You got to exaggerate everything a little bit. But I got to think that Jordan Belfort was probably doing that. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. Trade, I'll think about that too. But like Fish says, traditionally you retest the low at least once. Granted, crypto is far from traditional. Mark, you're absolutely right. I mean, cryptocurrency is a market that is driven almost by one entity rather than like a conventional market that's driven by like a lot of different things. And that so much of cryptocurrency's current valuation is based on like, doesn't have like real world utility yet. So it is largely speculative. And that's kind of interesting to think that if there was enough stability and a speculative consensus, could it constitute a store of value? That's an abstract philosophical economics, philosophical hybrid question. Let's unpack that one. It's all speculative. We don't really use it for anything. Could it be? Kind of feel like gold's already like that. But anyway. For now, traditionally, you retest the lows. Terrell was at a panel discussion. The creator of Cosmos said, treat every ICO like it is a complete scam, even my own. Yeah, I agree. I mean, because the thing is, the market, 90% of people who are going to even try to invest in ICOs do not have the technical know-how to be critical, right? So God only knows. If you're a good bullshitter in that market, you're going to do better. I mean, that's partly why Byteball didn't take off, because Tony, lead developer, great visionary, not a good PR guy, not a good bullshitter, not a good salesman. And here we are. So Byteball needs a spokesperson and a salesman. You're not somebody like Jordan Belfort, but somebody who's relatable and who can kind of sell the product, but sell it ethically. It's okay to maybe embellish a little bit and go, yes, Byteball's the greatest cryptocurrency, because we can expect people to have a baseline degree of skepticism, but let's not go completely out of our way to mislead them and cheat them, because we need to have a good reputation. We need to, I don't know, being ethical. Sometimes maybe doing the right thing actually might pay off, or maybe it's at least worth a test, Let's make it happen. So, sure seems like we'll retest below 7K and easily test 5K if FUD delivers big time. I mean, on one hand, Giving Tree, I can see what you mean, but how much more FUD is left here? I mean, realistically, I know that we can sit here and theorize like disaster scenarios, but what's left? I mean, Goldman Sachs says it's going to zero. China banned it. I mean, what, Japan's going to change its mind? South Korea is going to change its mind? The USA is going to change its mind? I mean, this could all theoretically happen, but the statistics, how likely is that the United States would ban it? I don't see it happening. Yeah, but an exaggerator. I mean, there's a difference between a bullshitter and an exaggerator, but there's a lot of crossover too. I mean, but learning to be persuasive. And because I get accused of being a bullshitter a lot, and sometimes I really embrace that identity because it can be kind of fun. But I also took the time to read books on certain psychology and persuasion. One of my favorites was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, which basically made the case for being a nice guy. And it made the case really, really well. And I followed that with How to Argue and Win Every Time by Jerry Spence, Mr. Trial Lawyer. And he is this lawyer from Wyoming who could make an argument that was very sound in terms and language that common folk could understand. And so he was very relatable, and that's what made him so persuasive as an attorney, is that he could not only make an argument academically, but he could break it down so that was really and then of course, I get in my early and mid-20s, I got interested in that whole pickup artist community. So I read like The Artist Seduction and freaking like Mystery Method, all that pickup artist nonsense. And now I'm starting to read about, what's his name, Ralph Nelson Elliott and all that crazy social theory. So it's interesting. But with regard to the stock market, if you're trying to factor in everything, you got to factor in human nature. $550 million worth of new economy movement coin was stolen 2 weeks ago from a Japanese exchange. Pretty bad news, but the market barely blipped. And, as I understand those exchange hacks, it's not like the cryptocurrencies network itself is being compromised. It's that somebody was able to phish the username and the password, like through email or something. And so I'm not a hacker, but it's conventional hacking, I suppose. They just get the login, they get into your account, and they send the funds somewhere else. Not real complicated. And so crypto hasn't had any major faults. Exchange going down, Tether fled series of hacks, regulation implement much more stricter than expected, tax evasion, U.S. hammering down ICO securities. Yeah, you're right. I can't deny it. I mean, will all of these things happen in short order? I really doubt it. But sure, I mean, regulatory forces have the power to do that. But I think the question is, will people who could regulate it realize that they could also make more money off of it? Because let's see, if it comes to a point where the government decides that it needs to implement that much regulation, it must be a huge threat. Well, I think greed is so eternal that dissidents inside of the whole government, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to turn into a conspiracy theorist right now, but it's like, okay, we can regulate this stuff while we buy into it and take control over it. I don't know. I mean, getting a little philosophical, if we can posture that the end-all utility of cryptocurrency, which is decentralized banking, represents some sort of insatiable desire of humanity, which is to join in commerce outside of regulation as an abstract, then no amount of regulation, inevitably speaking, will suppress it. Like something about it will break out because it's an insatiable desire of human nature. Now that's abstract, that's philosophical, and God knows that timetable could be hundreds of years, you know what I'm saying? But in the short term, I think that too many people are realizing sort of the underlying potential and curiosity of blockchain and DAG platforms, and governments are inevitably going to regulate and tax it. No, I wish I knew which one of his videos, but that Richard Hart, like Bitcoin pundit, I'll call him, he had in a recent interview saying that he doesn't fear a lot of regulation anymore. And he broke down the argument real nicely, so I'd refer you guys to go check that out. But anyway, do you guys have any specific questions about Byteball? Because I'd like to talk about Byteball, and I'd also like to practice my bullshitting. Because after all, I want all of you to buy Byteball. See, I have a bullshit strategy where if you tell people that you are going to BS them, you build this connection and false illusion of honesty because you tell them what you're about to do, but then you go about doing it so quickly that you almost didn't give them a chance to say no, but then they feel like they missed the opportunity to say no, so then they accept it more. Ain't that messed up? Hopefully hackers settle down. I mean, after you have a $500 million, what motivate you to steal more? Mark, greed is eternal. Eternal. I read the word stackable while I was trying to say eternal. Greed is eternal. Once you have $500 million, you want $500 million more. It doesn't end, man. The more money you get, the more greedy you get. It's a counterintuitive sort of thing about human nature. But look, I'm a staunch believer in individualism. And when I was a teenager, I was a big fan of the philosopher Ayn Rand, although I think she took a lot of it too far. Let's just say it like that. But individualism is a real thing among people. And we want to set ourselves apart from everyone else. And most of us do it in certain ways, our personality, the way we dress, so on and so forth. But if you're ultra wealthy, what's left to achieve? Power and influence. So once you have $10 billion, you want $100 billion. That's the race right now. It's the first guy to 100 billion. I mean, dude, they'd say Pinky and the Brain. Did you watch that as a kid? What are we gonna do tonight, Pinky? However the line goes, same thing we do every night, Pinky. Trying to take over the world. Natural. I tend to agree with the premise. It's inevitable and will manifest quickly. Logical progression for economy and society, but manipulators playing with retail and small fund money near term. But you're absolutely right. And where those like fluctuations are going to be, God only knows. But it also seems to rest upon a group of people coming to the conceptual understanding of what cryptocurrency could be, like a decentralized platform that can, with values. Like, how soon would they adapt it? Do you think of a third world country who could actually really benefit from the utility of cryptocurrency, but it won't work because the people aren't going to recognize it as value, not conceptually, not on the surface. But how quickly could they? And I'm saying the generation gap here, I think, is going to be incredible. I think kids who are 12 years old right now are going to see cryptocurrency like it's real money. It's just like, okay, it's money on the internet, because the internet is real to them. I'm 30 years old. The internet is only half real to me because I grew up until I was about 10, never getting on the internet. And then when I started getting on the internet, it was a little phone cord. But so I didn't grow up immersed in it. So although I can get and conceptualize cryptocurrency as a store of value, it still seems like exotic and almost weird to me. The next generation, there's not going to be nothing for them. So yeah, they're going to be like, yeah, sure, we can base a lot of stuff on this. We all agree on it. It's, you know, I hate to say it because politically I am an economic conservative, but this young generation of kids in America, this Generation Z kids who are just like socially so bleeding heart, you know, like, oh my God, injustice in the world. We must save everyone. Smiles and hugs all around. So I think they're going to be open-minded to a lot of different things, and crypto might be number one on the list. So, hey, I'm going to hedge my bets on that. Just looking at the Byteball website, haven't seen a token with that many uses. I told you, man. I told you. Guys, to all my 5 viewers right now, I want you to stop what you're doing. You got any other tabs open. If you're treating me like a radio show, I understand that's cool. But listen, come back. Okay? Okay? Good. First of all, I want you to share this video on your timeline because I'm being completely selfish. I want all the free publicity I can get. And now because of that, we're going to take you over to screen share. Now I'm going to walk you through this, guys. I'm just going to walk you right through it. Okay? You're going to go to the Byteball website. This is on byteball.org. Okay, type it in, get it done. Okay, you're going to go to the site, you know, the website. You're going to see, like, get the Byteball wallet. It's going to take you down. You're going to see this right here, and you're going to click it. Whichever, like, system you got, click it. Let's go download a file, and then you're going to open it. Now, I got to apologize because I'm using this dialed-down version of Linux, and I haven't figured out how to get Byteball to open on this computer, but I really don't intend on ever having the wallet here. So you guys can figure it out from here. Get it done. Make it happen. Come on, guys. Make it happen. So I'm shameless. This is just, that's the thing, though, is most people, when they try to sell something that blatantly, there's the undertone of bullshit. It's like, listen, guys, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, yada, 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 Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street. Look, I'm a blue collar guy who took a little bit of money about 13 months ago and bought some shares of Byteball and has come to believe in the project and hope that all of you will buy more of it and help me make some money and hopefully help yourselves make some money. And let's all get rich together. And then let's meet up in Vegas and let come what may. You guys going to be mad about that? I'm going to come back over to live chat and see what's going on. Got 3 loyal viewers left. I appreciate you guys staying with me through this haphazard show with no regulation or really anything. Any news on which exchange Byteball will be on next? Just on Bittrex, Cryptopia, and Cryptox. Never heard about Cryptox until just now. Yeah, Cryptox was actually the first exchange to have it, and it doesn't do a lot of volume, and it's not very user-friendly. Bittrex, of course, is the big major exchange. I would say Binance, because I've heard that if an exchange doesn't list any DAG coins, they have to do something extra to incorporate the DAG coin, whereas Binance has Nano, so Byteball could be listed a little more easily, I would think. And then where is IOTA listed? Anywhere IOTA is listed conceivably could list Byteball. Then agree to premise. Okay, that was a comment. So guys, one more opportunity. Any other Byteball related questions that I'm going to sign out here? Little haphazard, half-hour long show, a little bit of fun, getting inside my crazy mind. I do have a theory when people get to a certain level of like IQ in one sort of way, they get weird. Something about them. They lose a little bit of touch. Can you make residual income off Byteball? Well, with the distributions, you will get more shares, but then again, will the market correct? You never know. As far as like running some sort of node and getting, they have this cash back program. Really going to show off that Dr. Byteball is just a stage name here, because I got to refer you to the Slack and to the guys who are really developing this to give you a better answer to that. But hey, get you involved in the project, get you in the Slack, and using the wallet software, because it's really the bomb, the Byteball bomb about to blow up on the crypto world. So, question for you guys, my 3 loyal viewers. Big debate in the Byteball community about rebranding, because Byteball sounds a lot like Bite My Balls, and that's just not good. So if we're going to rebrand Byteball, what would be a good name? Ray Blocks became Nano. Very smart. So what do you think? Write it in the comments. Rebranding for Byteball. Exactly. Thank you, Yester. Merchant cashback. Now, if y'all want to explain how that works, that would be a good idea. All right, guys. I need to get something to eat and kind of get we'll clean up the living room here too. So I'm going to sign off and see you guys tomorrow or maybe later tonight. You never know with me. Check out my channel. Little promotional content for Byteball. Also other videos if you want to get into crypto and philosophy and listen to my mind go everywhere at 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to be the Alex Jones of crypto here. You ready, guys? Want to talk about the gay frogs of crypto? There's a lot of things going on in this world. Jordan Belfort scamming people. It's going to be bad, folks. The crash is going to happen. That's next time. Stay tuned.